My girlfriend of 4 years told me she loved me, and I'm probably the happiest I've ever been. I've been buzzing about this since I woke up, but if I talk about it with anyone in real life the way I want to talk about it, for example, screaming, "My girlfriend loves me!" at anyone and everyone in earshot, I will sound insane, so I'm posting it here. I, 25 male, and my girlfriend, 24 female, have been together for almost 4 years, but have known each other a lot longer than that. We've also been living together for 2 years. I love her. I've pretty much known from the moment we started dating that I loved her. Even before we were dating, she was my impossible crush. I just never imagined we'd ever actually date, so I was just passively very attracted to her. Not in a nice guy or low self-esteem way. She had been dating her ex for like 5 years, so I never really let my feelings go further than attraction. The day we started dating was like the greatest day of my life, and it's pretty much been getting better ever since. She means the world to me. She's quick-witted, gorgeous, smart, incredibly charismatic, kind. I don't know. She's all the good words. One thing, though, is that she's always been pretty emotionally reserved and is way too good at compartmentalization. She's very affectionate and loving, but I could always just tell that there was a wall up somewhere and that I wasn't fully being let in. It's hard to explain because I don't really have specific examples. It's not like she never told me about her feelings or her life or anything like that. It's just that I could feel that there was something she was holding back. She's sort of a hyper-logical type and currently getting her master's in social work after finishing her bachelor's of psychology, so she's pretty clinical about her own feelings. She has cried in front of me and stuff, but very rarely. It's mostly when she's angry about something or at me. On the other hand, I am an open book with her pretty much. Totally not scared to cry around her and have done so many times. I'm very free and open about my feelings with her, etc. I just don't have anything to hide from her and I feel very safe to be myself around her. I was and am fine with this. She's had a rough life, and I figured that came with some solid defense mechanisms. I knew it would take probably years to crack, i.e. make her feel safe and secure enough with me. I have also encouraged her to go to therapy, but never pushed it. I have been pushing it a bit more recently because she had a very sad death in her family, and she took it pretty hard initially. It's one of the few times I've seen her sad cry. And she's also experienced a few panic attacks within the first week after the death. After the funeral, she pretty much went right back to normal, which has made me worried that she's just repressing her grief instead of really dealing with it, but that's a whole other thing. Anyway, sorry for the long backstory. On to what my post is about. I recently was away for about a week for work and a family thing. I travel a lot for work, so we're used to spending time apart, and a week is normally on the much shorter end of the time that I'm away. But according to her, she spent the whole week thinking about us and me, I guess. I came home pretty late last night and was greeted with an incredibly made dinner and an insanely lovey girlfriend. I mean, just gave me the biggest kisses, kept kissing my cheeks and hugging me, could not keep her hands off me, not even in a sexual way, just very lovey and affectionate. She's normally a bit more affectionate than usual when I come home from a trip, but this was something else. And again, I wasn't even gone for that long for us. She kept telling me how much she loved and missed me, and I was like, hey, I loved and missed you too a lot, but this is a lot for you, what's up? She responded at that point that she just really missed me this go around and was happy that I was home. I sort of knew there was more to it, but was more than happy just to soak it into love. After dinner, we went to bed and we were doing our usual nighttime routine of snuggling and watching stuff on her phone when she abruptly told me that she loved me. I was like, I love you too? I said it as a question because while we often tell each other that we love each other, she said it very confidently, I guess, just not in her usual tone of saying it. I'm going to try my best to recap exactly what was said after that, but my memory isn't great, so sorry if it comes off weird. No, I love you. I realized this while you were gone, but I'm not just in love with you, I love you. Like I realized you're perfect for me, and I don't say that lightly. I love us. I love what we have. I love all the things you do. I love every part of you, even the stuff that annoys me, I love. I'm not that scared of getting married anymore. We previously had long discussions about marriage and timelines and her not knowing when she'd feel ready, because you were really the only one I ever see spending my life with. I still don't want to get married until I finish my master's, but I want you to know I'm there. At some point, you've gone from being my boyfriend to being more than that. And I think I finally know what the whole partner thing is about. You're my partner. I want to share a life with you, and I really, really love you. I responded that I felt the same, that I had been feeling that way for years. We shared a few laughs. I joked about needing to go away more if this is what I come home to. We talked a bit about the future and went on to sleep happy. Now I'm at work and I feel like I'm on cloud 9. I don't feel like we're in a slump or anything before this. I never really felt insecure about our relationship, but man, I feel like we're on a whole nother level now. I'm thinking she just took a huge step in letting me in with all of this, and the future feels so much brighter now. My girl loves me. Hell yeah, I love my girlfriend. I'm going to marry the hell out of this woman. And that's it. That's our story. Yeah, so who summoned the ninjas and gave them onions sodas? Yes. Who's cutting onions in here? Who's cutting the onions? Those are great feels. I think a lot of people go to the dark side because they don't trust people, right? And the stories that we normally read, there's some kind of twist that turn things into a bad direction. But look, nothing bad happened here, right? It was all good. It was, yeah. So she does compartmentalize and keeps herself closed off. Something caused enough pain to create some change there, right? And it was this death in the family that made her feel a lot more than she normally feels. And while she was feeling those things, was able to finally acknowledge that she loves him. Different than any kind of relationship she ever had before, different than what she would call a boyfriend. She loves him. She has a partner for life in him, and finally sees that and is like, okay, let's do this. Let's do this as partners. And that's amazing. That is amazing for someone who's closed off to be able to finally accept to themselves that they have been fully accepted by someone else, and to just let go and be themselves. Good, bad, in between, be all of themselves for that person and know that they're going to accept and love them no matter what. That is such a cool feeling. Such a cool feeling. So happy for OP. I think it's hilarious. It's hilarious that I don't think this is uncommon for someone who's getting a bachelor's of psychology and to be getting a master's in social work to not be in therapy, right? Or to be averse to therapy. Like, probably she knows she needs to be in therapy. She knows she needs to be taking counseling. She's getting her bachelor's in psychology. She knows. But she may be taking this route to better understand and self-counsel, which I think is probably impossible. I know nothing about that world, but I'm guessing that's not a good idea. But I think it's something that's common with people who get into this field, right? Is that they themselves are probably more averse to getting counseling themselves than most people are. Yeah, as they say, doctors are the worst patients, right? I imagine that being a very, very similar thing here. And the few people that I've known who have been in that field are like definitely more averse. And I imagine a lot of this path is into trying to understand what's going on back in there so they can figure it out themselves. That's crazy.